But welcome, I'm sitting here with my friend Liam, and he wanted to ask me a few questions. So we're sitting here, and I'm going to let him ask me the questions. Go for it. So first, tell me, where can people find this interview?
Okay. This interview is going to be part of. Um, interview is going to be part of a series. It's an idea I have. It's called Black Biographies. I feel like Black people are underrepresented in the multicultural environment here on Maui, and I want to give them a venue to say, hi, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I am. I love that we have a multicultural society here, and that's what I want to do.
Okay, so ask away.
Okay. So, the purpose of the blog is really just to get humans of New York.
Yes, I am.
Humans of New York. Like, oh, here's these two people that live in New York. Whatever.
They just happen to be sitting on the subway, and here's who they
Right.
are, and who
So
are you?
this is like Black people of Maui, basically.
Oh, here's a black person on Maui.
So that's I really want the mundane details. So let's just start.
Go ahead, just start.
Carl, I know your name is Carl. Tell me about what you do here.
Okay, my name is Carl Powell, and I am a personal trainer and a motivational speaker. I have been on Maui for exactly a year today. I teach yoga and Pilates classes at a couple of resorts. I also do personal training for people in their homes or people who are on vacation. I'm in the process of writing my third book. What else do I do here? I volunteer, so I volunteer for Women Helping Women. I am a Toastmaster, and what else? And I live here. I'm just mostly, I love Maui because I came here because I wanted a place that was peaceful.
I know you've lived here before. Tell me about what brought you back.
What brought me back? The first time I came to Maui, I wasn't prepared for it because I wasn't ready for it my whole life to slow down. So I went from living in Europe, riding the train and getting any place I wanted to go, going from country to country, and then all of a sudden I got here and it was like someone hit the brakes and I didn't know what I was doing. And so the first time it was a little bit hard for me because I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into. So I left, I went back to Washington, D.C., and that wasn't really working for me either, but constantly I kept remembering how peaceful Maui was, how friendly Maui was, how great I felt when I woke up in the morning, how nice it was to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get to work, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm done and I get to go and hang out and enjoy the beach just like everybody else. And in Washington, D.C., because of the rat race, that doesn't happen.
And where did you grow up?
So I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up on a farm in McDonald, Pennsylvania. You know, old McDonald had a farm. That's what my town was famous for. So everyone was like, old McDonald had a farm. I grew up in a farm kind of community. It was rural. There weren't very many black people. So I think from very onset in my life, I got used to being the only. You know, I was the only kid in my class. I was the only kid in this. I was the only black kid in that. So being the only black person for me was never an issue. I left Pittsburgh when I was 17 and I moved to San Francisco, where there weren't a lot of black people either. And so still I was a minority. But I learned how to take that minority and make it work to my benefit. I left San Francisco and I moved multiple places in the United States, moved to Japan for 6 months, and then I ended up in Germany for 7 years. Then I came here, then I went to Washington, D.C., now I'm here again. So
Tell me about your family life.
my family life. I have a brother and a sister. My father is deceased, my mother is still alive. I was in Washington, D.C., and that's where my family is. But they tend to be different than I am. They live on stress, they eat it, they breathe it, that's the way that they operate. For me, that didn't really work. I learned from being on Maui and finding peace, that when I was there and everybody was changing the pieces around all the time and always in traffic and always in a hurry, my family tends to be fast talking, fast moving, and I'm just other. So, yeah, that's why this place seems to be perfect for me.
Okay. talked a lot about peace on Maui. Does the peace come from the land? Does the peace come from the people? Is there anything more you can tell me about that peace that you feel here?
I wake up in the morning and the earth and the energy of the earth, I feel peace. And then I walk out of my house and I see the ocean and just the colors, the sky, the ocean, looking at Molokai, that brings me peace. Just such peaceful eye candy. And then I come to work or go wherever I'm going and I get smiles from people. I get aloha, I get good morning. No one thinks I'm going to steal their purse. I don't feel like people are looking at me and expecting me to be a hoodlum or a vandal. People here, I'm the unexpected. So people never know what to expect from the unexpected. But that alone gives me peace because I'm not always on edge thinking they already have prejudged me this way, so how am I going to change their opinion? My goal here is not to change their opinion, but to broaden their horizon.
And tell me about being black on Maui.
Being black on Maui. I say it's a double-edged sword. One thing I know for sure is if I walk into a restaurant or I go to the store, the next time I go in, people automatically know who I am. They remember me from last time. If people catch my name, they're, hey Carl, how are you? So I know that I am a representative of the black community on Maui. Therefore, I always have to put my best foot forward because that makes me I want to be the best example of that representation. So I always want to up the ante a little bit of what people expect from me.
Right.
So I tend to be more honest. I tend to be more friendly. I tend not to try to get frustrated with people. And the one thing you know about Maui is you get frustrated with someone, you see them 10 more times that day. So it's not like you're going anywhere. So being the only or being one of the few black people here, the minute they see you, they recognize you, they know you. All the black people on the island, we're friends. We're family now. It's nice. And so I feel like I have a family here. The black people that are here on the island. But also the white people here, they take you in as family and they don't have a preconceived notion of who you are.
Any uncomfortable, not so great stories about being black?
You get, every now and then, you get a crazy situation. A couple weeks ago, I went and I ordered a pizza. And I've ordered the pizza at the same place 100 times. You walk in, you order your pizza, you pay for your pizza, you wait, you go up, you get your pizza, and they hand it to you. I ordered my pizza, I paid for it, I went outside, I came back in, and there was a different guy at the cash register. And so he called my name, I went to get my pizza, and he said, well, did you pay for your pizza? And I said, yes. And he looked around, he said, are you sure that you paid? And at that point I realized, okay, every single time I come here, you pay before you order, or when you order, that's the rule. So what made him think that I was able to get around the rule to order a pizza without paying? So I just grabbed the box and walked out. I'm not going to take my time to educate you right now because I'm not in the mood for it. So I just took my pizza and I left. So every now and then you do get somebody who has a small mind. I tried to go and rent an apartment once, and the lady definitely was looking at me like I was from outer space when I walked in. But then when they showed me the property, I didn't see one black person on the property. And when they ran my credit, they came back and they told me my credit was not accepted. And I'm like, I know my credit score is good. I know everything is fine. They went back and they said, oh, we looked up Carl Howell, not Carl Powell. And she said, but your credit's still not acceptable for us. And I said, but you looked up a different person. That wasn't even me. So I'm sure that if you called the Ritz-Carlton and you said, does Carl Howell work here? They're going to say no, which means my application is going to be rejected. So that only makes sense. But she couldn't see the logic behind it. And I finally just had to kind of walk out frustrated and think, okay, she's just one of those people who left the mainland but didn't really leave the mainland. But most people who leave the mainland and come here, they change.
All right, that's it.
All right, that's it. And you can reach me at carl@carlpowell.com or www.carlpowell.com.
Thanks, Carl.
All right, thank you, Leah.
Aloha.
Aloha.